Good afternoon. This is Akashvani and I am Valsa Williams with the midday news. The headlines. First session of 18th Lok Sabha begins with oath-taking of newly elected members of Parliament. Leader of the House, Prime Minister Narendra Modi first to take oaths. Prime Minister says his government always strives to take everyone along, build consensus to serve the country and fulfil people's aspirations. Meteorological Department forecasts heavy to very heavy rainfall to continue along west coast for the next 5 days. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says intense phase of fighting in Rafah nearly over, reiterates war would continue until Hamas is completely uprooted. And in T20 Men's World Cup, South Africa enters semi-finals, beating West Indies in a Super 8 encounter this morning. India to take on Australia in a Super 8 encounter in St Lucia this evening. The first session of the 18th Lok Sabha began today with newly elected MPs taking oath as the members of the House. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who is the leader of the Lok Sabha, was the first to take oath as the member of the House. Pro Tem Speaker Bhartuhari Mehtab administered oath to Mr. Modi.
मैं नरेंद्र दामोदर दास मोदी जो लोकसभा का सदस्य निर्वाचित हुआ हूं, ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूं कि मैं विधि द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के प्रति सच्ची श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रखूंगा। मैं भारत की प्रभुता और अखंडता अक्षुण्ण रखूंगा तथा जिस पद को मैं ग्रहण करने वाला हूं, उसके कर्तव्यों का श्रद्धापूर्वक निर्वहन करूंगा।
This was followed by the oath of the panel of chairperson appointed to assist Mr. Mehtab in running the proceedings of the Lok Sabha till the election of the Speaker. BJP MPs Radha Mohan Singh and Fagan Singh Kulaste took oath as the members of the chairperson panel. However, Congress MP K. Suresh, DMK MP T.R. Balu and Shudip Bandyopadhyay of TMC skipped oath-taking proceedings as members of the panel. Later, Union Ministers Rajnath Singh, Amit Shah, Nitin Gadkari, Shivraj Singh Chauhan, Manohar Lal, Piyush Goyal, Jitan Ram Manjhi, Rajiv Ranjan, alias Lalan Singh, Dr. Virendra Kumar, Kiren Rijiju, Chirag Paswan, Jyotiraditya Scindia, Annapurna Devi and others took oath as members of the Lok Sabha. Union Ministers H.D. Kumaraswamy and Prahlad Joshi took oath in Kannada, while Dharmendra Pradhan and Joel Oram took oath in Oriya language. Another Union Minister, Sarvananda Sonowal, took oath in Assamese, and Union Ministers K. Ram Mohan Naidu and G. Kishan Reddy took oaths in Telugu. Union Minister C.R. Patil took oath in Gujarati. Union Ministers Pratap Rao Jadhav was administered oath in Marathi, while Dr. Jitendra Singh in Dogri. Union Minister Suresh Gopi took oath in Malayalam, while another Union Minister Sukanto Majumdar took oath in Bengali. Union Minister Durga Das Uike took oath in Sanskrit. The oath and affirmation of newly elected members is underway. Now the MPs are taking oaths as per alphabetic order of states and union territories. We have more from our correspondent.
As 18th Lok Sabha convened for the first time, a remarkable display of India's diverse, multilingual and ethnic traditions was witnessed in the parliament. Besides Hindi and English, several MPs took oath in the regional languages including Telugu, Assamese, Bangla, Malayalam, Gujarati, Sanskrit, Kannada, Odia, Dogri and others. Some MPs were also seen wearing the traditional attire of the region. The parliament premises also witnessed joy and excitement among the MPs as well as bonhomie between Treasury bench and opposition MPs as they were seen greeting each other. Before the Lok Sabha assembled, MPs across party lines were seen clicking photographs and greeting each other warmly. TDP MP from Vijayanagaram, A. Kaliseti, reached parliament on bicycle. MPs from Congress, Samajwadi Party, TMC, DMK and others entered the Lok Sabha carrying copies of the constitution. With Divakar, Durkesh Padoria for Akashvani News, Delhi.
Briefing media outside Parliament, the Prime Minister said the session of the 18th Lok Sabha is beginning with the resolve of building Vikasit Bharat. He asserted that his government will make constant efforts to serve the country and fulfill the aspirations of the people by taking everyone together. Mr. Modi said a majority is required to run the government, but to run the country, a consensus is of utmost importance. He added that his government wants to go ahead and speed up decisions by taking everyone together and by maintaining the sanctity of the constitution. Mr. Modi said the world's largest election was conducted in a very grand and glorious manner.
संसद का ये गठन भारत के सामान्य मानवीय के संकल्पों की पूर्ति का है। नए उमंग, नए उत्साह के साथ नई गति, नई ऊंचाई प्राप्त करने के लिए ये अत्यंत महत्वपूर्ण अवसर है। श्रेष्ठ भारत निर्माण का, विकसित भारत 2047 तक का लक्ष्य, ये सारे संकल्प लेकर के आज 18वीं लोकसभा का प्रारंभ हो रहा है।
The Prime Minister said the Lok Sabha polls have also become very important because for the second time after independence, the people of the country have given an opportunity to a government to serve for the third consecutive term. The Prime Minister said the people of the country expect good steps from the opposition, and he expressed hope that the opposition will live up to their expectations to maintain the dignity of democracy. He expressed confidence that the MPs of the 18th Lok Sabha will try to fulfill the expectations of the common man. The Congress today criticized the government over the NEET examination, recent rail accident in West Bengal, as well as on the issue of inflation. Party President Mallikarjun Kharge accused the government of being silent over these issues. Talking to media outside Parliament, Party MP Rahul Gandhi alleged that the government is undermining the Constitution. That's why the opposition MPs carried copies of the Constitution in their hand on the first day of the Parliament session. Earlier today, India Bloc MPs reached Parliament carrying copies of the Constitution. The MPs from Congress, TMC, DMK, Left and others assembled in Parliament House premises with copies of the Constitution. The MPs, including Congress leaders Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi and Mallikarjun Kharge, T.R. Balu of DMK and Kalyan Banerjee of TMC, raised slogans. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our X handle at AIR News Alerts.
New criminal laws, namely Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita 2023, Bharatiya Nagrik Suraksha Samhita 2023 and Bharatiya Sakshya Adhiniyam 2023 will come into force from the 1st of July 2024. To know about the new criminal laws, download NCRB Sankalan of Criminal Laws mobile app from Play Store or App Store.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Midday News. In Gujarat, CBI teams have arrived in Godhra to investigate the alleged irregularities in the NEET examination at an exam center in Godhra. Our correspondent reports that 3 days after the exam was conducted on May the 5th, an FIR was registered over the irregularities in the exam at an exam center in Godhra. So far, the police have arrested 5 accused for their alleged role in helping at least 30 students solve their question papers in Godhra. The sessions judge of the Panchmahal District Court in Gujarat rejected the bail plea of the accused on Friday. Earlier, the Nanded anti-terrorism squad detained Sanjay Tukaram Jadhav and Jalil Umar Khan Pathan on suspicion of their involvement in the NEET paper leak case. Both of them are teachers at Zilla Parishad schools and run private coaching institutes in Latur. Also, a case has been registered against a total of 4 named Iranna, Mashnaji, Kongalwar and Gangadhar from Delhi at Shivaji Nagar police station in Latur. The Economic Offence Unit EOU of Bihar Police has said the NEET UG examination paper was leaked by a professional interstate organized gang from Hazaribagh in Jharkhand. The EOU said 13 members of this organized gang have been arrested by the SIT, which is investigating the case. The Supreme Court today adjourned Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal's petition against the High Court order staying the trial court's order of granting him bail in the liquor policy case. The Apex Court posted the case for hearing on Wednesday. A bench of Justices Manoj Mishra and S.V.N. Bhatti adjourned the hearing, saying that by the time the High Court is expected to pronounce its final order on the stay application filed by the Enforcement Directorate ED. On Friday, the Delhi High Court had reserved its order on an ED plea to stay the bail granted by the trial court to the Delhi Chief Minister. The court stayed the AAP chief's bail in an alleged liquor scam case till the final order is pronounced. The High Court asked the council to file the written submissions by Monday. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said the intense phase of fighting in Rafah in southern Gaza is nearly over, but the war would continue until Hamas is completely driven from power. He also said he would not agree to any deal that included a permanent ceasefire, one of Hamas's key demands, installed efforts to broker a truce, adding that the goal is to return the kidnapped and uproot the Hamas regime in Gaza. In a television interview, Mr. Netanyahu said the Israeli military would soon be able to redeploy troops to the border with Lebanon, where exchanges of fire with Hezbollah have been escalating. In Russia, the death toll in yesterday's twin attacks in the cities of Derbent and Makhachkala of North Caucasus has risen to 15. That includes police officers, a priest, and a security guard. 6 of the attackers were dead, and police are hunting for others. The governor of the state, Sergei Melikov, described the attacks as the latest assault on fraternity and multi-ethnic unity. Dagestan's Interior Ministry said a group of armed men shot at a synagogue and a church in the city of Derbent, located on the Caspian Sea. Simultaneously, reports appeared about an attack on a church and a traffic police post in the Dagestan capital, Makhachkala. Russia's National Anti-Terrorist Committee described the incidents as terrorist attacks in the predominantly Muslim region with a history of armed insurgency. In Tamil Nadu, fishermen of Rameshwaram are on a day-long strike today, demanding the release of 22 fishermen who were caught by the Sri Lankan Navy for trespassing into the international waters yesterday. On Saturday, 5,000 fishermen went in 507 boats for fishing. Out of this, 22 fishermen in 3 boats were surrounded by the Sri Lankan Navy for trespassing into international waters. They were handed over to the Jaffna court. The India Meteorological Department IMD has said heavy to very heavy rainfall will continue along the Indian west coast during the next 5 days. Talking to Akashvani News, IMD scientist R.K. Janamani said heavy to very heavy rainfall will occur over parts of Gujarat, Goa, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Kerala, Lakshadweep and Tamil Nadu during the next 5 days.
The temperature has been over Delhi and adjoining area continue to be around 40 and with a high humidity, but there is no major heat wave warning. However, for isolated location over Punjab, temperature will be around 41 to 42. Heat wave is almost abating day by day. There have been good indication of monsoon continue to revive over peninsular India, and we have a heavy to very heavy rainfall observed over Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Gujarat.
External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has greeted all passport authorities in India and abroad on the occasion of the 12th Passport Seva Divas. In a social media post, Dr. Jaishankar commended the efforts of all authorities in furthering India's mission of a citizen-centric foreign policy. He also lauded the widespread recognition of the significant development in the passport delivery program over time. Dr. Jaishankar said the Ministry of External Affairs reaffirms its commitment to make passport services more timely, reliable, accessible, citizen-friendly, transparent. In the men's T20 Cricket World Cup, South Africa have entered the semi-finals, beating a formidable West Indies by 3 wickets in a thrilling, rain-affected Super 8s game in Antigua this morning. Put into bat first, West Indies were restricted to a manageable 135 for 8. South Africa achieved the revised target of 123 with 5 balls to spare. Later today, India will take on Australia in a Super 8 encounter in St Lucia. The match will begin at 8 p.m. Indian time. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. First session of 18th Lok Sabha begins with oath-taking of newly elected members of Parliament. Leader of the House, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, first to take oath. Prime Minister says his government always strives to take everyone along, build consensus to serve the country and fulfil people's aspirations. Meteorological Department forecast heavy to very heavy rainfall to continue along west coast for next 5 days. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says intense phase of fighting in Rafah nearly over, reiterates war would continue until Hamas is completely uprooted. And in T20 Men's World Cup, South Africa entered semi-finals, beating West Indies in a Super 8 encounter this morning. India to take on Australia in a Super 8 encounter in St Lucia this evening. And with that, we end the midday news.